Fibonacci here, and welcome back to the channel 438 Forex. Uh, well, I think it's been a while since I kind of, well, not been a while, but it's definitely more recent than usual. Giving another update on the journey to Forex profitability. And for those who are new, this is a channel where I'm trying to be as transparent and open and document my progress to Forex profitability. I would have, started out before by trying to do prop firm challenges and trying to pass those. I mean, I had mixed results. You know, I I think I'm in a boom and bust phase where, you know, I boom and I get accounts up in the challenges and then I just bust and I end up blowing it. So I noticed, I don't know what I noticed, but I realized that I'm really not in a place to be taking Forex challenges. And it's another pivot in the journey, right? So I really do believe in this thing so much that if one thing doesn't work, I just have to pivot. I have to be able to adapt quickly. So I've taken another pivot and I've decided to trade, right, consistently, but with the intention of creating good habits. So I still have bad destructive habits, right? For example, about destructive habits if Forex trading is like adding to a losing position. Like I'll be drawdown and I add another position to that losing position. Right. That's like, in the words of Cubans, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Doesn't make any sense. And the bad thing about it is that sometimes it works. Sometimes it works, and that's the problem. Sometimes it works, most time it doesn't work. But because it works sometimes, that's what feeds into building this bad habit and feeding this bad habit. Um, so yeah, I decided that, I'm going to fund an account. The account that I funded so it's a live account, so it's real money, it's real stakes. But it's a micro account. I was looking at different types of accounts. So it 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 is I deposited $300, but what you see on the trading platform is like $30,000 because it is a micro account. It allows you to trade in much smaller portions, right? And I'm currently doing a 1%. I'm risking 1% of the account. So 1% is $3 of that $30,000 account, of that $300 account, right? But again, what I see on screen is, so essentially what I'm seeing on screen is I'm risking $300. The account is 30,000, but it's really a $300 account. That was also intentional because it also helps with the psychology part of seeing money, right? If you were used to trading $300 and then on your trading platform you're seeing in profits by $200, right? That's foreign to you and might impact how you trade. So essentially the plan is, so this is the immediate plan. Trade for as long as I can, build good habits, and then you said eventually at some point use that $300 to buy a challenge. The idea though is that when I do decide to buy that challenge, I must have had some amount of consistency over the period and profitability consistency. And I just even about profitability, to be honest. I say it's about creating good Forex habits. Right. And the thing I believe that once you practice good habits, then the profitability will come. Because I've always said that I know I can trade, right? But being able to do it consistently, there's other things around it that you need to do to do it consistently. Like how you handle losses and not over leveraging and committing to your plan. If I decide to commit 1% per trade, then I need to commit 1% per trade, right? Knowing also when to what time I need to trade. I've also added some additional pairs. So let me show you. I've added some additional pairs to the arsenal. So I remember, guys, I was only trading GJ and gold. So I've added the US. It's one of my favorite pairs, to be honest. This pair is one of my favorite pairs. I don't know how I end up dropping it. But UJ, UCAD, I actually exited this trade because it wasn't. This pair is actually really slow. Maybe help me with patience, but it was really slow. I didn't like how this candle closed. I didn't like how this last candle here closed. So I exited it. I can show you on the screen I had up earlier. And then there is this. I actually got a really big trade out this morning or last night. So this one is Australian USD, another major pair. Australia is always ahead of us, and most of the volatility is during the session. Remember, I spoke about trading sessions. It's during like A's and session. So I wanted a pair that I could trade during the A's and session. Added this one, ended up having multiple losses on it, and it's really I ended up having losses. I was being attention, to be honest. These are like trading mistakes why I end up losing on this trade on this. So those are the things I'm trying to like iron out, because I mean, there you can lose for multiple reasons. You can trade, it can be executing a strategy soundly and still have losses because every strategy have a natural distribution of losses, right? You'll always have losses. And it can be making losses because of like mistakes, like picking the wrong direction, overlooking things, that kind of stuff, right? So I gotta get off. I didn't really like it. So I won on this like this. So this is for Asia. And I also had a really big win on gold as well, which I guess I can go through. All right. So you guys are wondering what this first screen is. So what this first screen is what we call a trading journal. So that's one thing I also want to be doing. Good traders journal their trades, mean that they keep a record of why they entered, why they exit, what was the thinking, what was the strategy, taking screenshots. This tool called TradeZilla, again, I'm affiliated with TradeZilla. I've seen it being promoted in different forums on YouTube. I decided to just give it a try. I think I'm paying like $29 per month for this one. Again, I wasted a whole lot more on trading challenges that I'm not ready for. So that's after this do it. But essentially, this is a dashboard that shows you, percent. So since I've started, so this is really $4, $5. This is not $400 because I explained before it's a micro account and it represents some monies like this. Yeah, and just gives you insight. So I've basically been trading 3 days. Sunday is considered a day. So our loss is there. Monday, it's linked up to like Monday night until the day switch over. This will be the basis so far. 4 trades here, 6 trades here. What I've also tried to do, I used to have multiple positions open for one trade. I kind of stopped doing that now. So this would have been the Euro USD. This would have been the Aussie USD trade I mentioned. And the cool thing about it is that it also has a chart where it will show you where you actually enter the trade. So I've entered the trade like at the peak. You're lucky enough I was able to enter at the peak. It show you the time we entered to. So this was around. So I actually entered 2 positions of this trade. Was it 2? I think I ended up merging them. So this is at 1742. Let's see. 1742. And I end up exiting right here. So that's still. So I exited right here. Probably go through why, and I don't think I've had that place yet. But it was really this. And again, I keep reminding myself, so I can add notes, right? I keep reminding myself this is why I'm doing it. I'm doing this to create good trading habits. So the market broke structure, retrace 61%, and then drop. Like this has been my bread and butter. Market break structure. I mean that this market would have broken structure because it would have taken out a higher low and it would have retraced and given me a new lower high. I just entered. I didn't hold the trade the whole way. I got a little distracted, or I got a little. Again, those are things I'm trying to work on as well. Holding a trade, setting trades, and forget it, right? But essentially, this is what the position would look like. So here we have the market was making these higher lows. This is the last major higher low it made. Which time frame is this? It's 1 hour. But when it dropped here, it took it out, so it broke structure here. But again, remember I was saying to you, breaking the structure is one thing, but then there has to be confirmation of breaking structure. And it would have gone up it rejected a daily high. So again, what I usually try to do, these levels on the fib, again, I don't want to go into details because I don't think I've teach my strategy yet. But essentially, the 61 level on the fib coincides with another area of another we call it point of interest. We call it daily levels. So this was the last. This was the second. So this was been the first of September high. So the September 1st, this was the highest the market went. The market went up and rejected it, and then it fell. As I didn't hold this all the way, I think I came up like somewhere here. So I left like half the money on the table for this trade. So those are things I to also get out of and fix. Yeah, so this wasn't a bad trade. This is actually a good trade. But yeah, so essentially that's what I'm trying to do. There are others that were the other ones that I did pretty well on. Go back to word. Other gold trade. So this was the gold trade that took, and I woke up this morning onto this trade. So I actually entered before and I lost. Let me see if I can find the position I lost on. No, I can find it. But essentially, I entered this earlier in the night or earlier during Asia session, and it stopped me out. Well, in fact, it didn't stop me out. My stop loss entered incorrectly, so it didn't stop me out. Right? Stop loss was too high. Can you imagine if I'd actually lost it, I would end up losing more. So that's a trading error. Stop loss was entered incorrectly. But then when I woke up, I was like, okay, the market pushed back up. Let me show you the attachment. All right. So again, there are these key levels, right? So the market would have broken structure from here. All right. So it pushed down, took out this low. It came back up. And I think I'd entered when I initially entered, I entered during Asia somewhere along here. So I'm never wait for no form. I didn't wait for any form of indication the market to be turning back, and I entered here. It pushed up. Should have stopped me out, but my stop loss was incorrectly all the way up here. It never stopped me out. But then when I woke back up during London, I noticed I'd gone back up and rejected the same level again. Again, I don't really use these terms, but that means a double top. I don't know what that means. I don't really use them. The market creates a double top because it hit the same area twice. And so I entered after the closure of this 1 hour. And then it also coincides, I put my fib on there. So from here to here, swing high, swing low, swing high. Market rejected this area between the 78 and 61. And the target was all the way down here, which I think I got because I think I fell asleep first. That's a good thing. I enter in trades and I fall asleep, then they'll actually run where they're supposed to run. And it did. So you see, it fell and it went all the way down here. And but that's the good thing about doing journaling, right? It's as I was just able to go through it because I took screenshots and I wrote my notes. Let me see what I wrote because I would have. All right, so again, I keep reminding myself when I'm doing it. I enter because the lower daily highs. Oh, I also enter because I was on a daily level. The market for the last few days been closing lower and lower each day, right? I manually exited. My stop loss was entered incorrectly. So this was the position that I entered error in. And it was invalidated. It actually came out. The time of the trade is off. I re-entered after the crossover of Asia and London. This is the best time to read enter these trades. This is the notes from my previous goal entry on the day, and this is the re-entry. And I think, and I'm also like, can I speak to myself, right? I think what is important to note here is the timing of the entry, right? So gold is not a pair that really. I mean, you can find opportunities in Asia, but depending on the time I entered in Asia, I think I entered like really late during Asia. If I'm thinking about it, yeah, this is really late during Asia. I entered like an hour before or so for a crossover, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a little too late during Asia if I'm going to enter during that time. Yeah, and that's essentially. So that was not a big trade. Are there any other trades that? Yeah, we can just look at the wins, look at some of the losses too. So I lost on GJ. So this was the gold trade that I entered incorrectly, the stop loss, and I still did close it out. So that's, you're seeing this here. Already gone through this one, through this. Now this one, let me see what the, now for this was a trading error. This is a trading error. And I'm gonna tell you why. This one's a trading error. So I think I'll enter where the broke out. So I was trying to buy, but if you look, you see this low here. The market took out this low. See, it took it out. Now when the market took out the low, you need to wait on a retracement to a key level or a significant level. This is last week's high. So the market broke back below last week's high, pushed back up, retested, and then dropped. But I don't know one ever see this. Let me not say that. I actually saw it, but I don't know why I thought it would continue going back up. Not sure. I think because of these levels here, where it was, I think that market might reject the low of Asia from the previous level. Asia low. Yeah. But that's just one of those trading errors. What do I have on my notes? Maybe yeah, it's pretty much the same thing I just said. This is the result of my trading error. The market had broken structure when it took out the last low. I had seen it, but I ignored it. So again, I'm very honest and transparent myself with these things. All right. But it is where we're at now. And again, I'm very honest with myself. Hope I don't get too excited and run go by challenge and knowing that they're not ready. How long I think they say it take about 42 days to create good habits? 42 days. So they say they can do this for at least 42 days, which will probably end up being like 2 months or thereabouts, or a little over a month. Let us see if I can do this. And TradeZilla, I actually need to go through this TradeZilla thing so I can see. Even have stuff in here like, major news. So this is Japanese. This is Japanese. Oh, it's okay. I need to filter this out. She don't know flags. Which pair is this? Chile. Yeah, some of these things are already gone. I don't know. I did put a filter on there so let me see the US related stuff. I'm interested in these though. These emerging markets. But yeah, that's where we're at. Let's see. Oh, again, it's not about money. It's about being consistent. And there are other KPIs on this thing, right? They show you stuff like your win rate for today. So I won 66% of the trades that you take, which is not really important. This guy on YouTube, I can't remember him, has a German accent, really good trader. And he pretty much to the point out like, oh, you can have a 30% win rate and make more money than a system that has like an 80% win rate. And it's all about like your risk to reward ratio. There's some things in there about risk to reward. Like on each of the pairs, it will tell you like what your risk to reward was. So for this, look at this, it's beautiful. What I try to go for is at least 1 to 3. So my planned risk to reward was 1.75, but I ended up getting more than what I actually risk. So this is really good. So you can have these high risk to reward ratios. So essentially I was risking $200 and I ended up making 874 on the put it on the trade. Now guys, remember this mean this does mean that I risked $2.32 and I made $8.74. So it's not $800. You can also even label it. You can also even label your charts. You can even tag the trades. Again, I haven't worked with all that those details yet. But yeah, that's all right. I prayed for the discipline to be able to maintain it, not get excited and want to increase my risk and nothing like that. Because what's crazy about when you just start trading, to be honest, I don't think it should be about money. That's what I think personally. It should be about learning. And it should be about learning. Because when you learn, the money is just scaling. Right? So I'm trading at 200, I'm trading at $300 account now. I'm risking 1% each trade. No, that's not a lot of money. If I make 10%, that's $30. That's not a lot of money. But imagine if it was an actual $30,000 account. 10% is like $3,000, which is probably like what? That's almost half a million Jamaican dollars. So that is where I'm trying to get to in terms of just like making sure I have these good habits. you know, because that's my biggest thing. As I tell you, I have no issues planning good trades and stuff like that. But let's see how much greens. Again, that's not the aim, but the thing is, if the green days for me, I think would be an indication that I'm doing the right things, the good habits and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see where it goes. But that's it for now. Until my next update, I need to actually start working on lesson 4. For those who have been following, but as for now, SJ Fibonacci out.